In early 2013, one of the most disturbing pieces of surveillance footage ever uploaded to the internet began spreading across forums, news sites, and YouTube channels around the world. The video was grainy, silent, just a few minutes long, but it would become one of the most analyzed CCTV recordings in internet history. The woman in the footage was 21-year-old Elisa Lam, a university student from Vancouver, Canada. She had traveled alone to California as part of a solo West Coast trip. Friends later said she regularly documented her travels online and had written openly about struggles with anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder. On January 26, 2013, Elisa checked into the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. The hotel already had a dark reputation long before Elisa arrived. Opened in the 1920s, the Cecil had been connected to violent crimes, overdoses, unexplained deaths, and even serial killers over the decades. By 2013, parts of the building operated as low-cost housing while other floors still functioned as a budget hotel for tourists. Several guests later claimed Elisa initially stayed in a shared hostel-style room but was moved after roommates complained about strange behavior. Some reports claimed she left notes or acted unpredictably, though exact details remain disputed. Then, on January 31, she disappeared. Her parents contacted police after she stopped calling home daily, something they said was completely unlike her. LAPD searched the hotel, including rooftops and nearby areas, but found nothing. Weeks passed. Then on February 19, investigators released the now famous elevator surveillance footage in hopes the public could help identify Elisa's last known movements. The footage showed Elisa entering an elevator on one of the hotel floors shortly before midnight. Almost immediately, viewers noticed how unusual her behavior seemed. She presses multiple buttons rapidly, steps into the hallway, looks around corners, hides against the elevator wall, makes strange hand gestures towards something outside the camera's view. At one point, she appears to be speaking to someone unseen in the hallway. The elevator doors also behave strangely, remaining open for an unusually long time before finally closing after Elisa walks away. Internet theories exploded overnight. Some viewers believed Elisa was hiding from another person. Others claimed she appeared to be hallucinating. Conspiracy forums connected the footage to paranormal theories because of the hotel's violent history. But investigators focused on physical evidence. Then came another disturbing development. Hotel guests began complaining about the water. Some said it looked dark. Others described strange taste and low pressure. Maintenance worker Santiago Lopez went to inspect the rooftop water tanks. Inside one of them, Elisa's body was discovered. The discovery shocked the public because access to the roof was supposedly restricted. Questions immediately spread online. How did she reach the rooftop unnoticed? How did she get inside the tank? Why wasn't there footage of her going upstairs? And why did the elevator video appear edited or slowed in places? The autopsy later ruled her death an accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder listed as a significant factor. Toxicology reports found traces of prescription medication, but some experts believed she may not have been taking all medications consistently. Investigators theorized Elisa may have experienced a severe mental health episode leading to disorientation and paranoia. Still, many questions remained unanswered. On July 8, 2014, security cameras at Varna Airport captured footage that would later become one of the internet's most disturbing missing person mysteries. The clip begins normally. Passengers move through the terminal carrying bags and boarding passes. Airport staff walk calmly between gates. Nothing appears unusual. Then a tall blond man enters the frame. He looks anxious almost immediately. He keeps glancing over his shoulder. At one point, he stops walking entirely and scans the terminal as if searching for someone. Then, without warning, he runs. Not casually. Not like someone late for a flight. He sprints. The man in the footage was 28-year-old Lars Mittank, a German tourist from Berlin whose disappearance remains unsolved more than a decade later. What makes the footage so disturbing is that viewers can visibly watch fear take over his body in real time. Just days earlier, Lars had traveled to Bulgaria with a group of friends for a summer vacation in Golden Sands, a busy resort area along the Black Sea coast known for nightlife, bars, and cheap tourist hotels. According to friends and family, the trip started completely normally. Photos from the vacation showed Lars smiling at restaurants and beaches. Nothing suggested anything was wrong. But shortly before the group planned to return to Germany, Lars reportedly became involved in an argument with other tourists over football. Some reports claim he argued with Bayern Munich fans while supporting another team. Later that night, he allegedly got into a physical altercation outside a fast food restaurant. After the incident, Lars suffered an ear injury. Doctors later diagnosed him with a ruptured eardrum and warned him not to fly immediately because changes in cabin pressure could cause serious complications. His friends returned to Germany without him, while Lars stayed behind for one additional day to recover. At first, nobody considered this unusual. He checked into a low-cost hotel near the airport and remained in contact with his mother by phone. But during those final hours, his behavior began changing dramatically. According to his mother, Lars called her several times sounding frightened and paranoid. He claimed men were following him and believed someone was trying to rob or kill him. At one point during a phone call, he allegedly whispered, "They're after me." His mother later said he sounded terrified. Another strange detail emerged from hotel staff. Employees at the hotel later claimed Lars behaved nervously throughout the night. Some reports stated he hid in the elevator or avoided certain areas of the building. One witness claimed Lars appeared convinced someone was watching him. The next morning, July 8th, Lars took a taxi to Varna Airport. Surveillance footage showed him walking through the terminal carrying all his belongings. Witnesses later described him as pale, anxious, and distracted. Before boarding his flight, Lars visited the airport medical office because airlines required confirmation that his ear injury was safe for travel. The airport physician later gave one of the most important witness statements in the entire case. According to the doctor, Lars initially appeared calm enough to speak normally. But during the examination, he suddenly became extremely distressed after hearing construction workers nearby. The doctor later said Lars abruptly stood up, looked toward the doorway, and whispered, "I don't want to die here." Then he ran. Security footage captured Lars sprinting through the terminal at full speed. He abandoned nearly everything. His suitcase, his wallet, his mobile phone, even his passport. Travelers turned in confusion as Lars ran past them toward the airport exit.